Lung capacities and volumes. These are very easy to get muddled up and confused about. Now, the two words to start with, volume and capacity, aren't the same thing. A volume is one measurement of one specific part of lung capacities as a whole. A capacity is when two of these volumes interact. For example, vital capacity is inspiratory reserve plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve. I'm going to go over exactly what those three are. Now, the first one I want to talk about is residual. Residual is air that is always present in your lungs. So even after a maximal expiration, what is left inside of my lungs, it resides there all the time, hence the name residual volume. Normally, when we're breathing, okay, so this is the next one, it's called tidal volume. Just like the sea goes in and out, the normal breaths that we take are known as our tidal volume. So that one single number, okay, it's not a capacity, the one single number of how much we on a regular basis. So our regular breathing rate is also known as our tidal volume. Now we have two which are slightly or above and below tidal volume. After we've taken our regular inhalation, the stuff that we can then add on top of our normal is known as our inspiratory reserve. Okay, it's a reserve that we can call upon after we've done a normal inspiration. Okay, so we've got tidal volume up, down, and inspiratory reserve is following an up, down, up. We can then go even higher. So we call on the reserves of our inspiration. Okay, and the same goes for expiratory reserve volume. Once our tidal volume going up and down, once we've breathed out normally, what we can then force out of us after a regular exhale is known as our expiratory reserve volume. So that's three there. We've got, or four even, we've got residual, the air that's always residing in our lung. We've got expiratory reserve volume, which is the difference between a tidal volume exhale and then some. We've got inspiratory reserve volume, which is a tidal volume inhale and then some. And we've got our tidal volume, which is our regular breathing rate. Now there's two more. The first one is vital capacity. Vital capacity is the size of our lung when we take away residual volume. So it's the space inside of our lungs that we can actually use at any given point. It's equivalent of a maximal inspiration followed by a maximum exhale, all the way down to as much as we can force out. That is a capacity. We're effectively adding inspiratory reserve volume plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve volume. Okay, so those three volumes we add up, and that's known as our vital capacity. The last one is our total capacity. That is our vital, so inspiratory reserve plus tidal volume plus expiratory reserve, as well as our residual. It is the maximum amount of air that we can have in our lungs at any one time. Okay, so just to recap, residual is stuff that always resides in our lung. We have our tidal volume, that's our regular in and out volume of air. A normal inhale followed by another forced inspiration is our inspiratory reserve volume. A forced exhale following our regular exhale is known as our expiratory reserve volume. Vital capacity is our whole lung space minus our residual volume. And total lung capacity is everything that fits in. So residual plus expiratory reserve plus tidal volume plus inspiratory reserve. And that's lung capacities.